lecturer at the Multicultural Adoptive Families under Civil Law, serving as the head of the Jungnam-gu District Family Center. I am Kim Myung-hee. A, who lost his life, got married after finding his better half in Vietnam. He feels that he had been too much focused on spending time with his wife that he did not fully look after his wife's 9-year-old son, living in Vietnam. He talked with his wife over the matter of adoption and decided to ask the child for his opinion. He was very happy to be able to live with his mother and was looking forward to living in South Korea. But on the other hand, he said he was afraid of being apart from his friends and of the fact that he has to live in an unfamiliar country where he has to learn a new language. That's how he felt. After a long period of discussion with his wife and her son, A and his wife finally decided to proceed with adoption. A was determined to be fully prepared so that his wife's son could adapt to the new environment easily. Likewise, welcoming a child who was born and grown in another country requires not only a sense of responsibility, but also full preparation. This is all about welcoming a new family member by overcoming language and cultural barriers. Then, how can we prepare ourselves? Above all, wouldn't you first have to be fully aware of what the child wants? Let us take a closer look by going through some cases. There was a 10-year-old child playing alone at home. While the child's remarried parents were both at work, the child was home reading books that were brought all the way from China. Suddenly, he felt hungry and went to a nearby convenience store, where the child picks up a piece of bread and goes to the cashier, handing over a debit card that the child received from parents. The cashier asked for cards for either discount or points, but the child was not fluent in Korean and couldn't understand it. He was very confused. The child found other customers talking in whispers and ended up running back home, leaving the piece of bread behind. How do you think the child felt? How would you feel if your child was in this child's shoes?
Yeah. 没有。ママが来るまで待っています。緊張。恥ずかしいです。很害怕。
Think about it more closely. Even if you have a friend who is fluent in a foreign language, how would you feel if you were left alone in a foreign country all by yourself? You would feel nervous and heavy with worries. When you, as an adult, feel nervous, imagine how your children would feel. Therefore, you need to look at the overall situation to fully understand how your child feels. You need to look at the situation in which the child is placed. If immigrant children are left in their respective countries when their parents are in Korea, they must miss their biological parents. They must feel nervous and lonely. They may not be comfortable with the fact that they're living with their grandparents or relatives. As they ask themselves, how would it be like to move to Korea? They must be also very worried about whether they'll be able to make new friends and do well here in Korea. They will naturally have such concerns. On the other hand, how would children who have immigrated to Korea feel? They might be missing their grandparents or relatives back at home. As mentioned earlier, there are many cases when children could feel uncomfortable in daily routines due to lack of Korean skills. There are also many children who have difficulties with family, school, or career. Even when parents are by their side, it is never easy to live in an entirely new environment. Then what can we do to help? How about when the children are in their homeland? It would be good to keep in touch frequently, enable them to listen to your voice frequently, and send photos of the places where they will be living in when they move to Korea. This helps them to visualize and be prepared. If the children are already in Korea, it would be good to carry out daily routines together for some time. For instance, it would be good to go to the grocery store together or get on the bus or subway together. It's good to help them to get accustomed to the safe environment where they are with their parents together. It's good to help them this way. In particular, the step-parents who are already familiar with the Korean culture have a big role to play. They need to help the children with perseverance so that they can adapt to the new environment. Aside from such situation, what else should you keep in mind? Now, here is a story of an internationally adopted child who is 16 years old. During her career counseling, she tells the counselor how she's feeling. Her peers have already decided what they want to be when they grow up, and they are getting ready to go to high school by going to private academies. But she did not have a chance to talk to her parents about her career. She says she wants to seek a career in beauty, but she does not know what she needs to do in order to become a beautician, or how much it takes financially to get related training. And she is not sure whether her stepfather would allow her to get trained. Therefore, the teacher suggested coming to the next counseling session with her parents. So, she went with both her parents. They talked with the teacher and listened to how the child was thinking. As a result, she ended up entering a professional beauty school, getting the support of her parents.
선생님, 왕홍. 이해, 요일치? 15일, 我赞成.
When children get ready to enter high school, they have lots of concerns, just like their parents do. Likewise, depending on the age of the internationally adopted children, they could be facing different challenges or going through different feelings. If the children are under 12, before making the choice for adoption, it is good to look for places where they can receive good education or how they can adapt to the new school environment. Giving them a chance to make new friends is also vital. Participating in self-help programs hosted by Multicultural Family Support Family Center or programs hosted by Multicultural Exchange and Communication Space could be helpful. Finding physical activities or hobbies with step-parents could also be good. You can choose from a myriad of activities ranging from arts to skateboarding or basketball, depending on the child's characteristics. By engaging in physical activities together, you can feel refreshed and can also engage in more dialogues with the children. It's very beneficial in many aspects. Nevertheless, you should never forget the fact that you need to respect the children's choices rather than forcing them to take part in such activities. If the children are above the age of 12, school life becomes even more crucial. They are affected by their peer groups more. And schools are not only important for both physical and cognitive development. The school community has a big impact on the children. Therefore, you need to make sure that they can adapt well to school. And if they are over the age of 12, you can also talk with them about their future. I advise you to ask them questions, such as what they like, what they want to be in the future, or what they are interested in. Continue to have interest in them. You can give them opportunities to learn new things, and also cheer them along the way. Parents need to continuously provide updated information because children grow up every day, and they have many thoughts. Even though you are confident that you know your children best, I ask you to always have interest in them and always ask for their opinion, and to embrace their opinion as well.